Because sometimes I ask this question, like, well, there's all these different things, right? There's like Azure Security Center, there's Sentinel, there's Defender, even.
Defender for cloud,
Like,
which we haven't talked about.
yeah, like like, hey guys, like, what's the difference? What do I do? So here's the gist of it, right? Like, Security Center, as I mentioned, is like that's a starting point, right? It's not meant to replace a full-blown SIM. So if you're just starting out in this journey, get started with Security Center. Now, okay, great. So you graduate to a full-blown SIM like Sentinel, and then Sentinel does AI-based analytics and lets you do more deeper threat hunting and a whole bunch of things that are way more advanced than Security Center. But what about Defender? So from what I understand, Defender used to be called Security Center Standard Tier. I think Jared just confused
That's
us
right. Yeah, super confusing.
because Microsoft changed the name on. And so it's now a standalone service. So it gives like advanced threat intelligence protection. It has this thing they call XDR, which I guess the category says extended detection and response. So it automatically collects, analyzes, integrates data from Azure resources, networks, partner solutions, like vulnerability scanners and endpoint protection solutions. So this helps you figure out threats quickly, but they're focusing on that whole endpoint. So you have like, on your Windows and Macs, you can have the Defender agent. Like, so Defender is now part of Windows, right? It does their malware detection and endpoint, all that stuff. So the whole Defender solution has become sort of this XDR, where it's gathering data from agents out there and then bringing it together and then figuring out if you're being attacked, for example. Whereas SIM and Sentinel and Security Center, they're more along the traditional SIM, where they're receiving logs from devices, whether on-prem or in the network, and doing that analytics on the information and providing you with alerts. So I hope that made sense. But that's sort of that's sort of how each of these things sit within that overall spectrum of detection services.